Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and
We are the Heart and Soul Sisters.
you
That's
got
who
it,
we are.
sister. Good
Good to see you.
to see you too.
Yeah, to be honest, we've been busy and haven't been able to see each other a whole lot and talk a whole lot. And so
Yeah,
it's good that we're having a chance to do this. So we thought
yeah,
that today we would just kind of let you know where we are, what's going on. We've been working on our book. We've taken this hiatus from our podcast to work on our book. And we're close to having a first draft done. So close. So close.
just a little delay. One of us.
Yeah. So maybe you want to take it away, Jen?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we were just talking about this before we started. We were testing our sound levels and all that about how this has been quite an eye-opening process, you know. And the funny thing is, when we were talking a year ago about you wanted to write a book, I wanted to write a book, and been thinking about it for such a long time, and then it was my idea that we do this together. And it turns out I'm the one really struggling with this. Like, I don't like writing about myself. And I think when we got together and we were writing those chapters together, it flowed just like our podcast. It flowed so naturally, so comfortably. Um, but what I've found as I've been writing is it's bringing up a lot of, some new insights, and a lot of pain that I thought
Yeah.
was, and I thought, okay, I've forgiven those family members that caused the original wounds or injuries so many years ago. Um but if I truly had completely let go of all of it, it wouldn't still be so emotionally charged. And so I've been disappointed in myself
Oh.
because I feel like I should have evolved more with all the work I feel like I've put into trying to
Yeah.
be, a healthier person. And I mean, I know we've talked about in some of our other podcasts all the counseling, not just mental health counseling for on and off for a number of years, but the spiritual counseling and just all the work
Yeah.
and exploration that I've done. And still I find myself on the days that I'm like, okay, this is my day off from work, I'm going to write for 2 hours, and then I find myself listening to another one of Carolyn Mace's books. I'm an audiobook junkie, okay, and book junkie. I've got books everywhere. But yeah, I listened to the archetypes book, and then I bought the book because there's like workbook type stuff in the books. So then
Oh.
I bought the book, then I bought the cards.
That's
It's like, okay, I'm really going to get this down. I know some of my main archetypes. I mean, healer, mother, caregiver, hermit. I think those are definitely four major archetypes for me. I love people, but from a distance. It's like
yeah.
and it's interesting because I can't say that I'm love that about myself, but it's just part of who I am, I think. And so writing this about, especially the chapter about myself, has been very difficult and painful. And so I'll get half of a page, another page, and then I'm like, I need a break.
Yeah.
So it's been, and I'm like 20 pages into it, and I still have quite a bit to go.
Oh,
So
wow. Yours is going
I'm
to be
only
longer
up,
than mine.
I'm only up to moving to Ontonaga.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because there are certain parts that will just flow, and at times I'll write, you know, 8 pages at a time. When I wrote the chapter about you, the first draft, and so yeah, it's been I think more healing in ways that I didn't expect, but also has just brought up more struggle with judgment. gee, I should be further along by now. I
Right.
should. Why is this? How many years? How many years have we been living with this? And um, our parents following me here. uh, you know, I and there isn't anger charged with it, but there's still a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I just listened to that. Um, oh, what is that book I was just telling you guys about yesterday? Our soul tribe, we call it.
Yes.
That I listened to, that was by Don Miguel
The Four Agreements,
Ruiz,
I think you said it was called.
the four agreements. I was listening to that, going, wow. It was just blowing my mind, and I'm like, yeah, of course that makes sense, and of course that's why I'm still struggling with this, because there's still layers of spiritual healing for me here that um that I thought I'd forgiven, and I just have resigned myself that I have to love certain people from our family of origin from a distance.
Right.
I just be physically present with them. But as I'm listening to this book, I'm going, I have more healing to do. So it really is this whole writing process is bringing up more layers of healing.
Right.
And so I'm trying to be gentle with myself, and that old judgment thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. That was one of our early podcasts. That was something we really felt like we had to talk about.
And it's still there.
Of course.
Because
Of course.
I'm and we are, I think that voice in our head can be just so harsh. And so that's what I am trying to embrace and love. And it's a process.
Well, and it's an invitation to more healing, as you said, but it's also just this reminder of a work in progress,
Hmm.
right? The 12-step community says progress, not perfection. We're just, we have a lot to share because we've learned a lot. We also have a lot more to learn. So that's just the reality. That's the human experience.
Yeah.
So so I'd like to see you give yourself permission to be human.
Yeah.
And uh, my feeling on my end is, sure, I'd love for it to be done and for us to be moving forward to the next step of polishing it, smoothing it, trying to get it out there into the world. But every time it comes to mind, right? I think there's something here. There's something here for us. There's a reason that it's moving in this way, right? There's a
Hmm.
reason that we're not, as far along as we thought we would be at this point, and it's going to be great. And so I'm actually very confident of that the timing is working itself out. We feel very strongly called to do this, and therefore I know that the universe is with us, and that it's all going to come together in the end and be perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had so many times in my life where I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want things to be happening in this way. I don't, just this is not at all what I had planned for myself. And yet looking back, it's like that was the best thing ever. You know,
Yeah.
Dr. Kim's, how is this the best thing that could have ever happened to
Yes.
me? So
Yes.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just another reminder that it's all about the process.
Yeah.
So
It really is. And just learning to be gentle with myself in this process, and resist that old pattern of old tapes to beat yourself up, you know,
yeah,
is is very important. So yeah. So I'll probably play with my archetype cards later today before I write.
before you're right. Okay, just I'll be prepared for that then. Well, we hope that wherever you are in your process, that you are all being gentle with yourselves, and stay tuned, because after the holidays, we'll be coming back with our podcast, and we'll be dropping these little shorts on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. So, if you want to follow us on Instagram or take a look at our website, stay tuned. We've got a little outro music and our our card that shows you all the ways in which you can find us and get more information about us. But
Absolutely.
until the next time, we are wishing you much love, much light,
And so many, many blessings.
many blessings. Be well.
Bye.